What's up guys, it's Ocean here. We're back in the kitchen and we're gonna be making a beef luau stew. Let's get to it. For this recipe, you're gonna need 2.5 pounds of beef stew meat, 3 pounds of luau leaf, 1 gallon of water for the luau leaf, half a gallon of water for the beef, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, a teaspoon of baking soda, and sea salt to taste. So depending where you are in the islands, this might be called beef luau, luau beef, luau stew, stew luau, beef luau stew, and that's what we're gonna be calling it today. So to start this dish, first thing we need is a pot of boiling water. Your water gotta be super hot, so we have it on high heat. Then we're gonna add some salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and that will help the leaves to break down. So now I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit, make sure the salt and baking soda have dissolved. And now the water is ready for the luau leaves. So we cut all the luau leaves into the same size chunks, into strips, so that they'll all cook about evenly. So we're gonna add in a little bit at a time, and then push it down and kind of mash it up. Make sure that all the leaves get into the water before you start adding more. Now we're gonna throw the rest in, which is like the second half of our luau leaf. And now push it. So the taro, or kalo as known in Hawaii, should never be eaten raw. That's why when we're in the kitchen, we always cook it down, because there's a chemical called calcium oxalate which can make your throat and your mouth itchy if eaten raw. If you have sensitive skin, you really should use gloves while handling the kalo so your hands won't get itchy. So after it's cooked down and all the leaves are submerged, we're gonna cover it and turn our heat down to medium. And now you're just gonna have to stir it every 5 to 10 minutes. While the leaves cook, we're gonna focus on the beef. We just have some vegetable oil. We're gonna pour all of this in. About 2 tablespoons. We have our pot on super high heat. We're really gonna wanna brown that meat and make that outside real dark. We're just gonna add a few pinches of sea salt. For now, we just want that beef to have a little bit of a salty flavor, but we can adjust it later. You never wanna add too much salt because you can never take it back, but you can always add more. So when you're browning your stew meat, you don't need to stand here and like turn it every 5 seconds. Let it sit for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So we have 8 cups of water, or half a gallon. We're gonna add that into our stew meat, which is browned really nicely. And this is gonna become your base of your stew. So we're keeping the water level about 2 inches above the meat. Make sure it's at a boil. Put your cover on and turn it down to medium. So the water is gonna reduce, so you're probably gonna have to add more water over the cooking process. We're gonna let it sit and simmer for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So once our luau leaf has cooked down, it's at a nice consistency. Most of the water is out. We're gonna add it to our beef once that's done simmering. If yours came out a little bit more watery, you can just put it in a strainer and then it should be good to go. Somehow it's turned into daytime again. So now that our luau leaf has cooked down, our stew meat has been simmering for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's just about fork tender. We're gonna combine them together and let it simmer for about another 20 minutes so that it can get that luau flavor. We're gonna mix it all together. We're gonna do a little bit of a taste test just to make sure that it has enough salt. Now that you did your taste test, you salted it, stirred it in, we're gonna put our lid on. Make sure it's on medium heat. and let it simmer for about another 20 minutes. That beef should have really absorbed that luau flavor. So now we're ready to plate. This is one of my favorite stews. It's simple, local style cooking, and it's just all about timing and tenderizing your meat. Until next time guys, bye!